I'll have some honest talks with you guys. The United States keeps me down, but everybody likes you when you're rich and famous. So it wouldn't help me as a god to figure out who should live or die, who should have good things or bad things. You know, when you don't have money, when you don't have fame, when you're not Jesus of the Bible and the statue, you get treated the way people want to treat you. But it tells every god what they deserve. So it's better. I don't fight against it too much because I don't really care. I mean, if you guys have an aircraft, you can go right to the island of gods and realize how real I am the whole time. And I just need to understand who needs to live or die. And that's all I'm ever doing. You know, it's just convenient and handy that the United States cannot abuse a dead god enough. One, they're just drowning in the death sentences and punishments they deserve. And two, it forces me to live a life that isn't ideal. So people can easily judge and judge and judge, telling me what they deserve. You know what? Those guest genes were so obviously unrealistic. And how do I know this? I played games in my own guest genes creation. So as the machinery would sew the genes, I put my powers into the genes. So they were unrealistically made. And there was this girl in the family chosen by the devil. She was always very tall and skinny. And I was like an average frumpy. So I was like a short average frumpy. There was no way I could wear the jeans that she could wear. But they magically fit me every time. Those jeans magically fit your sisters, huh? When your sister was never able to wear any of your other pants. They were the most magical, perfect pieces of clothing ever known down here. Everyone could wear them and everyone was glamorous and those pants fit everyone so dream world perfect. And you know, it's fun to know who deserves good things and make sure they always get those things and make sure everybody else just does anything bad or mean to me and never gets good things. And it's good to know as a god, I figured it out, you know? Because you don't want to give a team like the Broncos to somebody who would ever disrespect you or be anything negative against you or even be around you if you didn't even want to know them. You know, you'd want them to like Buddha or somebody else that likes them back or something. You'd want what anybody would want, the proper treatment and answer that is appropriate, right? For a god, for somebody in a corner that wouldn't be doing anything you wouldn't want, so why would you do something they wouldn't want? You know, it's the funnest thing for gods to just figure out what people deserve, because it's so easy to just treat anything with basic respect and appropriateness. The second you do anything else, well, then why would God ever want to give you something good? But wouldn't God want to know that so that God don't waste their time giving you something good when you're not a good person? Because, yeah, when the Broncos were the Broncos, it was obvious they weren't realistic and they were fueled by my powers. How was it obvious that they were fueled by my powers? Because before the Broncos were possessed by my powers, after every game they were demolished or just a normal human reality after a game. While my powers were possessing that team, they were unrealistically full of energy and happiness all the time. It didn't matter how the game went. It was always unrealistically perfect and happy. They were unrealistically possessed by my powers to be an unrealistic fun team out in the power of God in obviousness. And it was really fun. With the Cabbage Patch Kids, all you guys would have seen is that the children just could not seem to live without the dolls. So all the children seemed to go way too crazy about a doll. What you didn't see was the magical qualities of the doll. Even though it looked or seemed like just a doll, my powers made every child see in that doll their every dream, every spectacular beyond dream. It made the doll come to life and made the kids crazy until they just had to have that doll so badly. And see, you don't want to give good things to bad people. You want bad people to get what they deserve. No matter how bad what they deserve is, that's what you want them to only get. And you don't want ever anyone bad to get good things. So as a God, I just sit here and let people treat me as crappy or as good as they want to. Because when you don't have anything, or you seem to not have anything, they'll treat you as good or as bad as they want to. And you want people to keep doing it and end up wherever they belong forever. But yeah, I can make really big, powerful, amazing things. I could have made the Amazon store to be such a dream world store, but they wouldn't make the store that I wanted. But like I told you, that Canes in San Diego, they wouldn't make the Canes into a country. I wanted a country boys fantasy world with like country games of country version of darts and country versions of weird ball games or bull ride games while you're having your shots and your food and stuff. And they just wanted a basic Canes place with the hurricane and I just wanted the oyster shots and the hurricanes. So sometimes people just don't let you build all the way what you want to build. And sometimes people do. Why did Guess Jeans let me build it how I wanted? They probably wouldn't have. I needed the Guess Jeans to be exactly what I wanted. So I didn't let them make a lot of human choices to change what I wanted. So with the Guess Jeans, the Cabbage Patch, and the Broncos, I needed that message of God, so I didn't let them have a lot of human choice to change anything. But with the Beanie Babies, with the Beanie Babies, they got to alter and change things, and it changed the fame or popularity of the little dolls. Because my powers are best conducive with like designs and looks and things that I show people how to build. My powers are really perfect with certain technology built certain ways. And if you do it all different, it just doesn't always go great. But that's people have to make their decisions. Sometimes they do exactly what God wants. Sometimes they don't. But it goes to show that maybe I should say this a little bit more. Because if you ever get my powers, maybe let me do everything with my powers. Since it's obvious the Guess Jeans, the Cabbage Patch, and the Broncos were the best stuff because I didn't let anybody alter it or change anything. Maybe let me do all the things my way and then kind of transform it as a human into what you guys would prefer. If you really feel that that's smarter or better. The real reality here is humans muck things up. Humans put their human in it and ruin everything. And everybody knows that, but they're not going to tell the truth about it. When you get something from the great Aphrodite, you don't really want anyone else to do anything. It ruins the whole thing. Aphrodite's brain, Aphrodite's powers, Aphrodite's geniusness is what you want her to build. When you put your human in it, it kind of ruins Aphrodite's massiveness or Zeus's Rembrandting in what he builds. So if I'm the mother of all these gods and I can create bigger and better than all of them, you kind of don't want to get in the way of whatever I decide to build because it gets in the way. But like I said, I'm not going to tell anybody what to do or not to do. If they're good people, they could alter or change whatever they want. But yeah, that Amazon store could have been way better.